It's the Brave New Wear Show, the Brave New Wear Show, the Brave New Wear Show.
I'm like a trend forecaster. Okay. My name's Christian. This is the Brave New Wear Show. I'm talking about the trends of 2018. What trends are going to slip into 2019, and which trends from 2018 are dead in the ground. Give me a trend, I'm gonna knock it out of the park. Dad shoes. And realistically, /trail shoes. Dad shoes, maybe that trend was really hottest in 2017. It continued into 2018, but even with like Balenciaga, they released a trail shoe. And I think that we saw a lot more trail shoes from like Aleeks, from Adidas. These are shoes that I would define as like sneakers you'd wear to hike. There's some energy still left in that trend. The dad shoe trend is dead. I think that it's just been played a little too much, and overall, I think we're going to see less and less sneakers in trendy, popular fashion, but the trail shoe or the trail sneakers, I think, still have a little life left in them. Whether it's like Aleeks' version, whether we're going to see a couple more sneakers with the that elastic pull string closure instead of the laces. There's something kind of cool about that might see some life back into 2019, but dad shoe, it's just outplayed. I wonder, I wonder a lot. Okay, you're gonna have to open up my phone again.
Make it look at your face. I felt it.
Classy streetwear. This is something that it's a little more nebulous, but I categorize this as being a trend in 2018. The elements like the boxiness or the wideness of streetwear outfits like sweatshirts, maybe even sweatpants, but we saw it with a combination of clothing that was maybe considered at one point a little more preppy. Collared shirts, wool pants, pleated pants. And I think that was kind of a big trend in 2018. I would necessarily, if I saw somebody walking down the street and they kind of fulfilled those qualifications, like this classy streetwear look, they might not necessarily look bad to me, but I've just seen so much of it on Instagram that I think it's boring. I mean, it's like wearing like an oversized like office like button-up shirt and pairing it with like beige pants, big khakis, and then like having like your Balenciaga triple S's on. That's kind of like obviously inspired by Balenciaga that people have kind of done to death at this point. I think that kind of classy streetwear, I bet we're gonna see more of it online, but it's just not exciting to me at all right now. I condemn it from being in 2019. Next trend. Okay. Small, teeny tiny sunglasses. This might be a trend that was more like with women's clothing, but I definitely saw some versions for men. We're talking about little oval or very angular sunglasses, kind of like the Matrix, kind of like the end of Men in Black, where they have the little small sunglasses. And I think it's linked to something of like 90s nostalgia. I think that there's kind of an element of that, which is why it was so trendy. I saw like sunglasses like little flames. I don't know who makes those. But I imagine that we might see a couple more of like that into 2019. We might see some more little tiny sunglasses. But that's the kind of thing that's so specific that it might just get played out. It won't kind of transition well after we've seen enough of it. You know, there are some trends like, at least like classy streetwear, that is kind of like an encompassing idea that maybe could evolve and develop into another year. But something that's so specific and niche, like everybody wearing little tiny sunglasses, I think once you've seen it too much, it gets played out and it's dead. So 2019, expect light, mid to light, tiny sunglasses. It's probably not going to continue too far into the year. I get paid for this. Okay.
You don't get paid for this.
I know, I'm not. What's the next trend? Okay, next trend is tailoring. So if you saw my other video about boxy tailoring, this is honestly one of the trends that I think has the most life to move into 2019. Obviously, I'm not talking about your daddy's suit. I'm talking about brands like Balenciaga continuing or being less interested in what was like hoodies, streetwear kind of clothing, and more of a return, or not necessarily a return, but a focus on clothing that is like matching tops, blazers, and dress pants. It's something that's a little more sophisticated and a little chicer or more buttoned up. And Alexander McQueen actually has had a lot of really great tailoring pieces in the last couple of runways for men. Like really baroque and over the top. I've been in love with that. And it's just kind of, right now, it's the thing that's exciting to me personally. Like, not tailoring, I'm not talking about like actually like hashtag menswear tailoring. These are going to be pieces that are maybe more 70s influenced. They fit a little boxier and wider, not necessarily, well, Dior, even like with Eddie Salmon's first collection at Celine, he kind of did mostly, there were like a lot of tailored pieces. There were no sneakers. And I think that into 2019, that trend is going to continue strong and vigorous. Next trend, logo mania. So you've seen this with the likes of Fendi, a lot of Fendi. You've seen it with Dior. Even Kim Jones did it with his most recent collections. Now that he's the creative director of Dior Homme, he did it with that Converse-looking sneaker. And we've even seen a lot more Gucci GG stuff. This logo mania is kind of, I think it has a strong link to heritage brands and their reoccurring logo patterns and putting that on bags, putting it on shirts, putting it on pants. And there's kind of been an affinity for that. Even with Riccardo Tisci taking over Burberry, he got that new Burberry monogram print made by Peter Saville, I think. The issue with this is, not necessarily the issue, it's going to be played out, and I think that maybe 2018 was its peak, and it's probably going to die down from here. Well, I think that streetwear definitely has a huge influence into this, and it's like luxury brands have been enamored or maybe fascinated by the success of different streetwear brands like Supreme for a few years, and they're trying to capture that audience because they're seeing young millennials spending hundreds of dollars on clothing, and they're like, well, what do we do to capture millennial audiences? And I think them using their heritage logos and creating like kind of that streetwear element has been their attempt to kind of get those new audiences, to have that transition. But I think that that's a kind of thing, that logo mania, like the way that Fendi has been doing it, I don't know if it's got a lot of life left in it. I think it's the kind of thing that would die out and it wouldn't be as exciting after you've seen it enough. It's a little gaudy, it's a little gauche. Any other trends?
I said it was it, but you can double check.
No, Chris, what other trends have you seen in 2018?
Oh wait, hold on. I was just thinking of one the other
Off the top of your dome.
I'm trying to think. Extra large.
Extra large. I think that XL, like oversized boxiness, wide pants. Wide pants are gonna be big. Uniqlo U, the La Mer collection that he designed for Uniqlo, I think like all of the trousers are like a wide fit. It's like in the 90s, people were interested in having really baggy jeans and really small sunglasses, I guess. People like Helmut Lang kind of made like skinnier tailored jeans more cool. But there was definitely a wave of interest in the 90s in like baggy clothes. All right, well guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I'm wishing you all a wondrous 2019. I will be back as always, so please subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!